Hi guys, this is George from Pageant Empress, and in this video, I'm going to talk about my personal top 20 favorite national costumes from Miss Grand International 2024. Yesterday was a spectacular national costume, which I'm sure you guys have watched it because they have over 1 million views within the 2 hours of the display of national costume competition. I really love the LED light that was also displayed on the floor when the contestants were walking in the front of the stage and also on the ceiling. So I really like that it had very 3D element. I loved everything about it, from the HD light stream to really good lighting. I could see the contestants' national costumes really well. The display was beautifully done. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the MGI team for producing even more beautiful production of Miss Grand International National Costume Round. And I'm really looking forward to watching the preliminary competition and, of course, the grand coronation, which is happening on the 25th of October. My requirement to selecting the best national costumes was I was looking at how original the costume is, how much does it represent the country that they're representing. Not only that, I'm also looking at, is it unique, is it authentic, and does it truly represent the essence of that country? Because I've been seeing a lot of birds and Victoria's Secret angel wings, which I think is a bit boring. So I have not included those ones. I've included the ones that really encapsulate and captures the heart of those countries. So let's start the top 20 best national costumes from Miss Grand International. Number 20, Miss Grand Myanmar, warrior spirit of the Bikitano Empress Pantwara. One of the ancient characteristics of the Burmese people, the endless beauty of history has been reawakened. A precious jewel in the history of Myanmar, there is no better color than representing Myanmar's golden history. I understand that this was not a full national costume, as she still had a backdrop, a horse carriage, which apparently was over 200 kilograms, which is quite heavy. So I do understand why it was not carried on to the stage. I watched the behind the scene clip of Miss Grand Myanmar, where she was really upset that her costume was not on the stage. But I think that sometimes the show must go on, and maybe next year the team should be really mindful of carrying out a costume that could be displayed on the stage. I did feel really bad for the MGI staff because I don't think they'll be able to carry 200 kilograms, which is quite heavy. That's almost the size of 3 people off the stage, because we have to keep in mind there will be a contestant coming after Miss Grand Myanmar. She's not the last contestant. So we have to make sure, and the team has to be very mindful of for the next year's competition to have a national costume that would be easy and accessible to move around the stage. Miss Grand Spain, the goddess Lynxes. Her love for the felines has made Miss Grand Spain represent this stage, the fur of the lynx, and that also represents a symbol of power, in which Susanna Medina represents the goddess to protect the librarian lynx. She looks like Wonder Woman who's here to save the planet Earth, and I love her presentation. Miss Grand Thailand, Rao Omchan, moon eclipse enchantment, intertwines the mysterious legends of the heavens, drawing inspiration from the beliefs in Rahu, a powerful demon in the Thai Hindu mythology. In the Nectar of Immortality ceremony, but was exposed by the sun and the moon, many Thai people believe that Rahu brings good luck and prosperity to them. I have seen this national costume in the national competition of Miss Grand Thailand. I still find it fascinating because many Thai people, they do believe in Buddhism, but the Thai Buddhism is quite different than other Buddhism in, let's say, East Asia or South Asia, and they practice it with a merge and a balance between Hinduism and Buddhism. So I think that's why it is so different, and I really liked it. I think the color, the gold colors with the blend of black, it had this enrichedness feeling on the stage. So I think Miss Grand Thailand did a really good job despite small stature. I think she did a wonderful job. Miss Grand Malaysia, celestial creature of the Goa Kanalan. Inspired by the rich culture of the Sarawak and the eastern Malaysia, the Iban god Singalan Barang, as the god of war, he plays a crucial role in guiding the warriors, and it is followed by many people in the eastern Malaysia. Especially the Ivan people interpret it the bird movement and the calls. This wonderful artwork looks stunning on the stage, and Melissa had that warrior spirit when she was giving us that fierce bit of anger. There's a bit of power into it. So I thought she did a really good job of portraying this character, since this is my first time actually learning about and being educated about the Sarawak culture of the Eastern Malaysia, which I do not know much about. But I think it looked fantastic. I really liked the backdrop. Even though a lot of the girls had heavy backdrop, hers did not look that heavy because she was able to carry it to the front of the stage. I think she was the only contestant to do that out of the 70 contestants. Miss Grand Vietnam, Kam Sa Su. Get inspired by the beauty of the mosaic sheep on ancient architecture work. This design also tells the story of the traditional handcraft of Vietnam. Through the skillful hands of the Vietnamese artisans, Each piece of shell releases the rough shells to showcase the splendid light mosaic on the painting of a dragon. I like that they were able to blend in the Vietnamese architecture with a sense of modern contemporary take to it because the colors looked really modern and I really liked it. I think it was a beautiful display on the stage. Miss Grand Paraguay, Tezu jaguar, he is the firstborn of the Jehu and Karana, a large and ugly monster with the body of a serpent and the head of a dog. It is said that he has control over the caves and he guards the fruits, but Miss Grand Paraguay was not afraid to experiment herself. I thought it was a really beautiful display of the Paraguayan culture, the nature, and the habitat or the mythology found in Paraguay. So I thought it was a really great depiction of that. Miss Grand India, goddess Ganga. Ganga sustains over 500 million people with her divinity. She is more than just a river, she's a symbol of purity, renewal, and spiritual cleansing. As we honor this goddess Ganga today, let us promise together to protect her. We must keep her waters clean and respect her flow as that continues to bless generations to come. I think silver is a majestic and a royal color, and Rachel has a very tall stature. She's about 5'10". Because she's quite tall, she looked like a mountain with the water flowing from the glaciers, and I thought it looked beautiful. I think she is such a beautiful contestant, and with the hope, the bless from Mother Ganga, I hope that she will bless Rachel towards victory and win the first of a golden crown of Miss Grand International. Miss Grand Venezuela, El Gurando, inspired by the majestic dance of the Gurando bird, a tradition that illuminates the east and the southern Venezuela. Anna pays tribute to the Venezuelan roots with attire that captures the essence of the culture and the folklore. The colors really stand out on the stage with the red and the hues of yellows, and the big feathers really look like the phoenix rising from the ashes. From the grand voice to the closer interview to now the national costume, I'm seeing a lot of progress and development in Miss Grand Venezuela, and I think she could place even higher than the 13th spot I've given her. So I'm really excited to see what is in store for Miss Grand Venezuela. Number 12, Miss Grand China, a panorama of rivers and mountains. The inspiration for the headpiece comes from the renowned Chinese painting, A Panorama of Rivers and Mountains. It is composed of the elements such as pavilion, towers, cranes, and the auspicious clouds. The costume design is based on the traditional Chinese palace attire with the phoenix totems. It had a dramatic effect on the stage, and Chinese traditional garment has many attires, many layers to it, the craftsmanship. So I think it probably took months to make this costume, but it was a really good celebration of the rich Chinese heritage on the Miss Grand International stage. Miss Grand Cameroon, the warrior princess. Her national costume embodies the spirit of a warrior princess, symbolizing Cameroon's strength and resilience, like the lions. She had the warrior character while representing the lion energy, which is just, it has such a big, grandiose feeling to it, as we know that lion is the king of the jungle. So it feels correct for Miss Grand Cameroon to wear and symbolize such spirit of Cameroon, which is known for its great nature and wildlife. So I think she did a good job of representing Cameroon. Number 10, Miss Grand Japan, Tamamo no Mei, Nine-Tailed Fox Demon. The most famous legend of the nine-tailed fox is the story about a stone called the Seisosuke Stone, which is both a sacred place and another famous tourist attraction in Japan. As we all know that Japan is huge on anime, and as myself, who's a big nerd myself, I love watching so many animes. I grew up watching them, and of course, the nine-tailed fox demon is a huge part of the Japanese mythology, and I think this was a great way to promote the soft power of Japan, as Japan has a huge influence throughout the world, especially through anime and entertainment industry like the Japanese pop. This was a creative way to talk about the Japanese mythology and also the creature, and I love how Naomi was able to portray this flirty, sexy, and charming character of the nine-tailed fox demon, which is known for being a bit more like this. Like, she knows what she's doing, and I thought she did a great job of representing that on the stage. So it's one of my favorite, actually. So if you like it too, do let me know in the comment section, because I was going to place Japan a bit higher, but I was not sure like if it's too sexy. So like, if you like it, let me know. So I do like Japan's national costume. Number 9, Miss Grand Philippines, Anhawa, an emblem of a champion. The round-leaf fountain palm, or most commonly known in the Philippines as the Anhawa, is a Philippine national symbol that denotes the Filipino strength of character, championship, and good fruits of labor. As victorious Anhawa, the costume was crafted out from the creativity from a creative perspective representing every Filipino spirit of resiliency. She handled it like a pro, and that shows that her experience as a pageant veteran and as a pageant coach, passerella trainer, that it really came in handy as it did not look easy. I think I'll probably trip if I was wearing that costume because it looked quite heavy, but she made it look so natural, effortless, and graceful too. So I thought she did a phenomenal job. I think she was able to encapsulate the resilience of the Filipino people who are hungry for that golden crown of Miss Grand International. Number 8, Miss Grand Indonesia, the flavors of Payakumbuh. This stunning masterpiece is a tribute to the cultural richness and the culinary heritage of the Payakumbuh region of Indonesia, inspired by the Masan Padang tradition, and its diverse, delicious dishes symbolize the intricate display of the Minangkabau cuisine carried on grand tray. Indonesia is a pageant powerhouse country, especially in Miss Grand International, as they have won the Golden Crown with Ariska Putri back in 2016. And after her victory, I have noticed that Indonesia has been sending beautiful, elaborate, grand national costume. Every year we're getting a very different type of national costume from Indonesia. And I think food is a great way to represent the culture of the country. Through Miss Grand International, I am learning a lot about Indonesia, which is the biggest island nation, which has a big population. I think it is the number 4 biggest population after Brazil. So they have a lot of diversity, culture, as their slogan of unity and diversity really captures the heart of Indonesian culture. I personally love the Indonesian batik and the kabaya, which is always in display in Putri Indonesia final competition. So I think Indonesia has really done a great job of representing the delicious food, especially nasi goreng and satay, which are beautiful, delicious Indonesian foods. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. Number 7, Miss Grand Mexico Majestic Katrina. Inspired by the iconic Tehuanas of the Oaxaca, a dazzling tribute to the soul and the culture of Mexico. I love history and geography, especially learning about other countries like the Latin America, which is so different to my personal country and my culture. So I find it so informative learning about the history, the culture, and it was a great representation of Mexico. The Day of the Dead is coming soon on November 1st and 2nd, which is a big celebration that happens in Mexico. The multi-day festival will include family and friends gathering to pay respect and tribute to remember the friends and family who have passed away. This dress has a meaningful message, from the visual of the skull to many intricate details like the flowers on the headpiece and also the dress. It had a great balance and symmetry, which truly represents the Mexican culture and the people. So for me, I really like this national costume. Miss Grand Trinidad and Tobago, the Midnight Robber, the mother of all carnival, known for its wide big hat. Today, this character transcends beauty and glamour, promoting unity. The robber shows our past and future can harmonize, setting aside our differences. This was a stylish, chic, and a spectacular costume. I really love the massive hat. It just made a great statement piece. Even from a distance, from afar away, I could really notice Miss Grand Trinidad and Tobago. I love the tiny pearls dangling. It had a powerful stage presence, and she looked like a goddess dripped in pearls. And it was one of my personal favorite national costumes because it had a good element of fashion and, of course, the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Number 5, Miss Grand Brazil, Colors of Tarsila. Tarsila do Amaral is one of the most important artists of Brazilian modernism and a true ambassador of national culture. An artist who defined the conventions of her time, using her art to bring new ways of seeing Brazil. Inspired by the colors, landscape, and the popular culture, Tarsila inspired the artistic imagination, creating a genuine Brazilian aesthetic, rich in symbolism and influenced by Cubism. I love the opening scene when she had a painting and she just did the reveal of her face, and I thought it was such a surprise. I love that surprise element in national costumes. It makes me happy. And you could feel the audience gasp as well because they were also surprised with me. So I think she did a good job of standing out. And you don't need to have a big national costume in order to say, okay, this is my culture. As long as you wear your national costume, which represents the history of your country, this dress carries strength, innovation, and resilience of the Brazilian woman. And Miss Grand Brazil is so tall, her statuesque height was able to present this costume with so much confidence on the stage. Number 4, Miss Grand Honduras, the Emerald Hummingbird. The national costume of Honduras is an inspiration recreated by the architect and designer Alberto de Castro. It was designed as a tribute to one of the 9 surviving native tribes of Honduras. And this is why I like watching national costumes. I feel like it was a learning experience. I feel so knowledgeable learning about the incredible artistry of the people living in remote villages, in remote tribes in the middle of the forest. So I liked representation as there was so much passion, energy, and a sense of pride of being Honduran. It was made using sustainable and eco-friendly materials, which got extra point from me. So I really like to see that in the national costume or any of the international beauty pageants. Number 3, Miss Grand Ghana. Tuani, the gold eagle goddess of Ghana. The coat of arms costume centers around representing strength, freedom, and the divine power. Key elements include eagle wings, large gold wings inspired by the Ghana's national bird, the eagle, symbolizing power and vision. The gold color really complements the dark skin tone, and I thought it looked really great on the stage, especially the front carriage that had a lot of wings too. So it went really well with the national costume that she had with the big wings, feathers, and headpiece, the costume. I think overall it was a big scale, elaborate with wing details. It feels great to see African countries with high quality national costumes as there are so much rich histories and diversity in Africa. Within a country, there is different tribes and languages in every countries out there. Miss Grand Ecuador, fusion of Ecuadorian anthropology. I love her presentation as this costume was massive and it had a lot of images of the historical timeline of Ecuador, including the tribes living there way before the European arrivals to the country. The gold color made this costume stand out on the stage as it had a phenomenal effect. And Ecuador is a country which has a lot of rich history. They have been sending beautiful national costume to Miss Grand International, but they have also won, I think, in Venezuela, when they hosted the competition in 2018, they won the national costume too. So this dress carries on the legacy of Ecuadorian people and the culture. It was a true celebration of being Ecuadorian, and I love everything about it. It was a masterpiece with many details and great quality production. My favorite national costume from Miss Grand International 2024 goes to Miss Grand United Kingdom, Amy in Wonderland. Inspired by the enchanting world and the classic British children's book Alice in Wonderland and the timeless elegance of the afternoon tea, I feel so proud to be British for a moment, which is something I don't really find that often. So I might be a bit biased with this video because obviously, if you guys do not know, I was raised in the UK. I've lived there for over 15 years. It was a whimsical teapot set with the floral details, and it reminded me so much of my childhood in London in the UK. So for me, it obviously has a sense of nostalgia, and seeing Fairy Tail coming live in action, it also kind of touches my heartstrings. So there's so much elements to it that made me feel really happy. It was a magical, enchanted world, and it was a fun costume, and it made me really happy. And it was the Wonderland's charm. It did justice to the British historical fashion and a touch of elegance. So Amy, you did a great job. If you're watching this video, I feel so happy, so proud watching you. I think this national costume really complemented Amy's personality because she's so cute, so charming, and quite playful too. So I think this was a really good depiction of Alice in Wonderland. Overall, I really like Miss Grand United Kingdom's national costumes, so I just find it really nice. And yeah, once again, it brings so much childhood memories. So maybe that is also the reason I put number 1 for Miss Grand United Kingdom. Let me know in the comment section which was your personal favorite national costume in Miss Grand International 2024 and whether or not you agreed or disagree with my choices. Also, let that discourse in the comment section too. We can start the conversation as we always do. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, then make sure to click the like button, share this video on your social media, and please click the red subscribe button to see more videos like this. And my podcast is out, by the way, so if you want to see it, Miss Grand International 2020, Apina Apia from the USA. She just was my guest in my YouTube channel, so watch that video too. It's out. I think I uploaded like 2 days ago, so watch that too. So until next time, I'll see you guys once again in my next video. So bye bye.